Hello, I'm Laura Ceppelli and welcome to my living room. Once again, we're still in lockdown here in Barcelona. I think we all are, all over the world. And now my studio has been closed for a while, but now my classes are online. But I still wanted to bring you something of value and something really nice for you to do, but in just a little bit of a different format. So this little set is kind of like a tutorial and then an intense piece of work. So whether you are doing my classes online or whether you are watching videos or whether you are supporting your local fitness professional wherever you are online, then you can get the best out of the exercise by knowing the proper technique. So with that, I'll move backwards and we'll start with the first exercise in the Pilates repertoire, which is the 100. It's one of the hardest ones to do. It's the first one. It warms up the body and it sort of sets us up for all the exercises that are to follow. So, lie down on your back. Take a moment to find the ribs even on the floor. Feet will be long, arms long, fingertips reaching away from you so your shoulder blades draw down your back. The exercise starts by lifting your head and shoulders and your legs just off the ground, and your pelvis, you can be in neutral or imprinted to support your spine, but this part of your body, your center, acts as a fulcrum to support your body in a curve, like a big smile, like coming up. So that would be the position that we'll do the exercise in. But to begin with, you can start by just lifting your head and shoulders to get the practice, to get the strength through the upper part of the abdominals, and then you can bring the legs in later, or you can start here as well. So you can choose your position today, whether it's going to be legs down, legs in tabletop, or legs long, and then here as well, you have a choice to take it to. So, prepare. Take a breath in. Lift your head. Breathe out. Take your legs long, arms long, and we'll inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 10. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 20. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 30. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 4, 40. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 50. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 60. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 70. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 80. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 90. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 100. Arms are strong. Perfect the position and lower your head and shoulders back down to the mat. Now that pumps the blood around the body, gives the organs a little bit of a blood bath, and then you're ready. Your spine has been set up to start making the curving and the rolling that comes in through the Pilates repertoire. Take your arms over your head, take a breath in, lift your head and shoulders, and then we start to roll up. Now the first one's always a bit sticky, and then you start the articulation and the rolling down here. So you can start to practice this by going to a point of control and then lifting yourself up from where you can come back up. So the articulation coming from the base of the spine, the pelvis tucks under, the abdominals pull back, scooping out and rolling inch by inch, and then eventually you can get all the way back down and lifting yourself back up. C curving over and then bringing the spine down bone by bone by bone by bone. Finding out where your sticky spot is, usually about first thing in the morning, and then articulating through, and this rolling an abdominal challenge. So you can also practice it from this position where you would come down in a half roll position before you can start rolling all the way up. Come down, back down onto the mat. Take one leg long and bring one leg in. Stretch, reach this leg away from you. And these are quite traditional and will be in all sorts of exercise practices, but getting it right and enjoying it is, and getting the exquisiteness out of the movement is, makes it more efficient and more beneficial. So first of all, feel a nice hip lengthening, and here in the socket as well, so you're having a little bit of a hip stretch. Then lift your head and shoulders so you bring your, I don't want to say face towards your knee, more of like your sternum towards your thigh, and then lift up that bottom leg. Pull the abdominals in and use your hand, press the shin against the hands a little bit to get some opposition in, reach the leg away from you, and then switch. And this leg comes away as this leg comes in, as the sternum reaches up. The back is flat on the mat, especially to begin with, and acts as a very solid ballast. And your abdominals are still and stapled to the floor as you move from the abdominals, but also moving the hips and getting everything you can out of that movement. And then the similar thing applies, so hands behind the head, lift the head and shoulders, take one leg long, twist towards that knee and switch. But rather than fling yourself around like this where you're moving, there's stableness, there's stillness in the torso as you like fold your abdominals over and the chest curls. And that is not easy. And we'll do 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. And lower yourself back down to the mat. The next exercise would be the double leg stretch. And you can practice this by perfecting that hundreds position that we go into at the very beginning, reaching the legs long, the back and the pelvis and the lower ribs acting like a fulcrum in which you are stable off, the legs going long, and then after we can bring the arms in and scoop around. Reach. So as you reach over your head, your upper body doesn't drop back. You keep long and you open the front of the body and the shoulder blades open and come round. And that's the breath in, and that's the breath out, and that's the breath in, and that's the breath out. And that is how you really efficiently work your abdominals, not doing whatever exercises you're doing, whether you use your breath to exhale as you execute the movement deliberately or dynamically, but the breath and the help you keep that action in the abdominals and through the rest of the body. So it brings the holistic nature of Pilates and exercise into sometimes what we call abdominal exercises are actually whole body exercises. So yeah, enjoy those, and I'll see you really soon. I hope everybody's well, and thank you for joining me. And yes, I'll see you soon for another little tutorial on how to get the best out of your exercises that you're doing at home. Okay, thank you. Bye.